What are the possibilities? What does it feel like? What's pulling us?
It's a different world when you go from thinking that the earth is flat to realizing that it's not. It's a different world when you think that illness just comes from rumors in the air and then come to understand that it comes from germs. It's a different world when you have the mass of humanity knowing that no matter what they do, they will be serfs or they will be slaves. They will simply be in service to an order outside themselves over which they have no control. And then they come to the realization that heaven doesn't have to be just something after we die, but that they can be in control of their own destinies. And the profound revolutions, both in this country and around the world, that came from that idea that humanity could be in charge of its own destiny. And this is simply one more in one of those amazing magic moments of human history when we go from one way of looking at the world to another.
Imagine there's no...
In this moment, we are bringing into the world a consciousness that does seek and will make the material plane of reality work for all. We are leaving and have left the consciousness of scarcity. We are entering the consciousness of abundance. And in that consciousness, every single one of us knows that every single human being on the planet is entitled by right of birth to adequate food, shelter, medicine, potable water, freedom from institutional, isolated, and collective violence, and non-gender-based education.
So if you're committed to being something you've never seen before, say yes, yes. Doing something you've never done before, say yes, yes. Looking a way that you've never looked before at the world. Singing like you've never sung before.
We got some living to do. Got a lot to do. Pick yourself up off the floor. There's no one out to hurt you now. Como ves, la historia no es como crees. Como ves.
Dancing like you've never danced before. Loving like you've never loved before.
What would it be like in these next days, weeks, and months ahead as we move into this new era if we all decided to accept our divinity, to share it in such a way that everyone else whose life we touch saw theirs as well, to make of our life a ministry, that everyone whose life we touched would know who they really are? Would that change the world, or what?
Become what? Come on.
What has happened now is that the time has come. I'm not saying that you and I are perfect, but I'm saying that history seems to be saying we're good enough.
I am only going to bless you, and then invite you to experience the blessing, to be the blessing, and to share the blessing. That's the invitation.
Imagine all the people sharing all you. You may say that I am a dreamer.
So it would be good to send out the word to all the people who are waiting for the end of something to say you're quite right, because something new was born the next day.
For all of us, if we have the courage to be ourselves, to step forward and bring our piece of the puzzle into the being, the best is yet to come.
This is a truly global celebration of hundreds and probably thousands of sites that had activated gatherings from Scotland to Kenya to Jerusalem to Australia to very poignant ceremony from Mount Fuji in Japan to Dadi Janki, the head of the Brahma Kumaris last night, gave a beautiful spiritual talk. So it's been this weaving together of the whole human family.
And the world
is one.
The birthing of a new era in a beautiful world requires no algae, no anger, lust, greed, attachment, or ego. And if we can reduce that, we'll have the kind of world that we're celebrating and the kind of world that we wish for.
and the world